Back again. Yeah, a few things. Number one, I was watching Starrylock about the 234 he got from Funky Monkey. This is one. This is from Pocket Woman actually. She's my supplier of old new stock pre 2000 Ogden Industries. Yeah, these are. I think Funky's bought quite a few of these actually. So did Pocket Woman. She's got. And I got these off Pocket Woman actually. So she's my drug dealer, if you will, or block dealer. Anyway, this is the one Starry's got. He's a little bit hesitant to get it reassemble it, which is fine. I mean, you can either leave it apart and keep it in its true form, unassembled, as a keepsake, or you can, if you want to, just reassemble it. I'm not sure. You should be able, well, you can. You should be able to just remove that plug again, mate. So you check the pins. All those pins are all the same. I'm pretty confident. They're all number 6 pins anyway. And you've got space and depth keys. So what you can do to verify it, just take your plug out. I think you probably got a plug holder. This is the homebrew bloody thing. Yeah, just put your plug in there and yeah, try that with your space and depths. But I'm pretty confident they're all number 6. All the key pins are all the same as number 6. So anyway, you probably got this part you're obviously aware of because you've got your plug in there with the actuator. So anyway, it's just when you go back, just push it in. And I've been through this on another video, but I can't remember which video it is. Just push that back there, back home, and push the plug in there. It's optional, but these come with a little bypass plate on the end of the plug, so you can't get to the actuator via manipulation, bypassing it. So what you can do, put that plate on. It's up to you, but just orientate it correctly, obviously, and push your actuator. Get it, orientate it correctly. Push it right in, and then push the plug in as well, and that will turn either. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. But this is the state of your padlock at this stage. You haven't got the retainer pins in, so it's not a problem. Yeah, just take the plug out and use a your pinning shoe, whatever you can call it, and yeah, go from there. But they're all number 6s. I'm pretty confident the space and depth keys you got it correct, so that way you can test it outside the padlock. I'm surprised if it didn't work with all the standard same variant cut pins across the 6 chambers. I'm surprised it didn't work with the space and depth keys. That's a bit odd, with the drivers and springs in. I mean, even with the springs in and holding it down, that should be quite sufficient to operate the core. But anyway, yeah, so that's just, oh, there we go. Hang on a second. Oops. Yeah, so yeah, you'll be right, mate. Just go for it. Just be aware. You probably realise they're pretty self-evident. The chamber plugs, which go in here, they're a certain size, obviously. We've got a tapered edge, which obviously goes in first. Once you've tested the core out without the plugs and you're happy with it, it inserts and retracts and turns smoothly. Then just start from this side and bash one in, or bash sounds a bit harsh, but yeah, knock one down to just sort of probably half a mil flush of the edge of the padlock, so you got a bit of meat to play with. And just, you know, move your finger back, put the next plug in. Be aware you're going to probably hit your finger, but anyway. Same thing again, and just carry on right through to the end. With these, you know, obviously you know what they are. They're both the same, little metal. They go in there. Just drive them home till they stop, so they can't go anymore. And the plug that goes in there, you'll see it anyway. You can see the difference. You should have seven chamber plugs, one spare one. And you should have two, probably two, maybe three, I don't know. But two smaller plugs. You can see the difference. The smaller one, there's only two of them. They go in here. Okay. So once you've put the shackle spring in, the shackle, locked it into place, push your pin as far as it can go, then just put your plug on there. Same thing again, just tap it down, get it as straight as you can. Straight, sort of keep it in relation to the curvature. I mean, don't bash it on an angle, bash it, if you know what I mean, straight on that curvature. And again, leave a little bit proud, so you can linish it off and have a bit of meat to linish, then just linish it off. And yeah, and same with this side. And the plug goes in there, obviously. A big cover plug. Just be careful when you put these in too, because they're very. Make sure they're dead straight. If you push them, bang them in like that, you'll just end up sort of elongating that hole, and it's going to be hard to linish out. So that's very important. Keep that dead, square as you can, and tap it in lightly. Keep an eye on, make sure it's square. Yeah, that's it. So just make sure you put the two small ones in the core retainer pinhole and the shackle retainer pinhole, and the rest for the chambers. And yeah, just linish it off. Just be careful when you linish it, so you try to keep the curvature correct. Once it doesn't take much to sort of flush them out. If you go too deep, you'll start taking too much meat off. But yeah, you'll be right. Yeah, so there's number 6. They're all number 6, those bottom pins. So, yeah, that's the shackle for it. Out of curiosity, it's just out of interest, if anyone else is interested. 234s, the old 234s from the 90s, the old Ogden Industries type padlocks. You can get replacement shackles for them. Not genuine, obviously, but then they're stainless steel. Exactly the same as the genuine article, but the genuine's got hardened on there, stamped on there, as opposed to these ones have got stainless. But exactly the same type of shackle, same dimension, standard dimension. So they are an aftermarket replacement. Yeah, what else is there? Oh yeah, before I go to, this is the version 2 of the ABUS shackle removing tool. Look at that, mate, my finger grew back. Anyway, that's the one I used the other day. It was farting around. That's what I said. The ends were too narrow. So what I've done, I've obviously cut it off further up the spoon shank or the shaft where it's wider, and I've just yeah, got it to where I want it, much wider, and just taken a bit of meat off the shank, and yeah, it works every time. So straight down there, get behind the actuator. This goes behind the plate. You can remove the plate and use a screw, a flathead screwdriver. It's not a problem, but with the plate in place, you can't use a screwdriver. So just go down there and unbelievable. Put it on camera and things go haywire. Anyway, hang on. There you go. Yeah, so remove the shackle. Again, make sure the ball's in there. and use your tool. And there you go. And lock her up, and yeah, and yeah, there you go. So there you go. That's the version 2 ABUS, or not ABUS. It's version 2. It's the crank shackle removal tool, version tool. If you want to buy one, you can put on back order. I can make one for you. I'm $35. Okay, so if you're interested, let me know. Yeah, so it costs about 50 cents to make, and like I say, they're between 45 and 50 bucks plus to buy the genuine tool, which does exactly the same thing as a Chinesium bloody teaspoon. So there you go. I know I'm going to get inundated with requests for this tool, but yeah, I'm not going to put them in production, just to let you know. Okay, see you in 11 minutes. What is it? You're here before I go to. Talking to someone about cruciform keys. These are Silka cruciform keys, different manufacturers. But yeah, I think he was talking about the that little open mouth type thing. I have no idea really what that is. That indicates, because what it seems that every manufacturer, or most, some don't have it, but a lot of the different key blanks for different manufacturers and locks have that same sort of open mouth gaping, or the little recess there. Don't know what it's for. It might be a reason, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it seems to be pretty popular with the cruciform keys, even the real long ones. So yeah, there's quite a few variants of those cruciform keys too. So obviously, yeah, I'll make them. Papiers, ICO. What else is there? Yeah, Fab. Who else? There's ES Icon. I do manufacture them too. So, and Yowl, obviously. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I know about those little cutouts. Yeah, I have no idea really what that signifies, but could be a reason, but I'm not sure. Anyway, that'll do. It's 13 minutes. Till next time, take care, and yeah, I'm out of here.